How's it going, guys? Long time no see. You know, I like to start these streams off with a little bit of scenery. And as you can tell, there's no mountains around. And that's because I'm no longer in Colorado. I'm in Minnesota. This is where I live now. I didn't bring that up in my last stream. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Anyhow, taking downtown St. Paul over there. I know what y'all are thinking too. Like, oh my gosh, Mike just keeps moving to bluer states after bluer states. Let me tell you something. Minnesota is actually not as blue as Colorado. In fact, if you've been paying attention, Minnesota's competitive. Now, the reason I live here, it has to do strictly with Roman and a good support system for him. My wife is actually from the Twin Cities, so it makes sense to live here for family reasons and things like that. Oh, also, please, if you would, just give it a like on your way in. Let me flip this thing around so you guys can see me because it's been so long. I actually thought it would be hotter than it is, but I'm going to go back to the car. I just wanted to give you guys a little scenic view to start this thing off. And then I'm going to get back in the car here where it's nice and cool. And then we'll get started. Long time no see, everybody. Again, please give it a thumbs up if you would. I would appreciate that very much. I'm just going to hop back in the vehicle here. Got to turn on that AC. Summertime. All right. I miss you guys too. It's still showing that there's only one like for whatever reason. I don't know. But yes, if you would, please, if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up so that more people can see this. I do want to let you guys know this, that I will be planning on doing a lot more live streams between now and the time of the election. And a big reason for that is because I'll be on leave once my daughter is born. So I'm going to have a couple extra months where I don't have my full-time job to worry about. So, and what better time to do it, you know, right? Like to be able to live stream when we get into the thick of things, like September, October time frame. I'm thinking that's going to be a good time for me to be going live. I don't know if it'll be like it was in the years past where I'd have the background and be in front of a computer and share links and all that stuff, but you know, I'm sure you guys take what you can get at this point since I don't go live very often. All right, now let's get into it. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, y'all. Oh, okay. Where do we even start with this? All right. Biden is, first of all, what's shocking to me about all of this is how apparently last Thursday, that's when America finally saw what us, you and me, have seen for what, 3, 4, 5, 6 years? We've seen the Joe Biden that was on stage debating Trump last week. We've seen that for years. But all of a sudden, now everybody's seeing it. Do you know why everybody's just now seeing it? Because the propaganda is that effective. I mean, they were just saying, like, what, 2 weeks ago before the debate? Joe Biden, we have never seen this president look as sharp as he has now. He has never been smarter than he is now. It's like, really? Y'all come in with the North Korea style propaganda, like going overboard, like he's never been smarter, he's never been sharper, he's never been more articulate. I mean, it's just overkill at that point. Like, why are y'all doing that? But, you know, it's the exact same media that's now telling Biden he needs to step down. So they pretty much had the wool over half of America's eyes, apparently. If you were watching MSNBC or any other left-wing news source, pretty much tell you nothing's wrong with Joe Biden. He's going to take Trump down. And so now that the debate has happened and everybody saw that on full display, now they're backpedaling. Now the narrative changed. Now it's, oh, he needs to just step down. It's just, I mean, the credibility of the media has been gone. We've known that for a while. But I mean, if people still can't see it in the year 2024, they quite literally just never will. It's impossible that they're ever going to see it if they haven't seen it now. I mean, it's just, And then what they were saying about Trump too, um, is kind of funny. On one side, they're like Trump is mentally declining. He's worse off than Biden. Let's talk about the age of the candidates to try and make it seem like age is a factor that he is, right? Trump is on the other side of the mouth. They're like, he has evil plans. He's an evil dictator. He's got all these evil plans. So which one is true? Is he on the mental decline, or is he an evil mastermind? Which one is it? They try to have it both ways, and it really shouldn't work on people, but for whatever reason it does. You guys. So yeah, but like the debate itself, I don't really want to cover the actual like point by point of the debate. I just want to talk about a few things. Like after the debate, of course, Jill Biden, Jill, his wife, was talking about like, good job, Joe. You answered all the questions. Like, that's a good boy. It's just, it's weird. They're treating him like he's a 5-year-old. And the people clapping in the audience whenever they went to Waffle House or whatever they did after the debate, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing for anybody involved. At this point, even if you support Biden, you have to admit that this is embarrassing. It's sad. He couldn't even make it through 4 years. Of course, we're not surprised, again, to my earlier point. We're not shocked about it. It's just funny how now everybody else can see what we see. Now we're not crazy. Now all of a sudden it's not a right-wing talking point that Joe Biden is on the mental decline, the cognitive nosedive, if you will. I mean, but one thing from the debate that really stood out to me was how he decided to traffic in some like ancient hoaxes, right? Charlottesville, good people on both sides, something that was thoroughly debunked, something that was fact checked by Snopes even at the time. What else? That Trump called the military losers and suckers, which was debunked again. All of the things that they've accused Trump of saying or accused him of doing are all just hearsay. So and so said. Why is my phone ringing? It always happens. It never fails. Um, they're always accusing Trump of something, and there's always, they're always articles or somebody said this about Trump, but on video you've got Joe Biden doing it. You got Biden on video telling the military, clap for that, you stupid bastards. Do you guys remember that? Right? So Trump called the military losers and suckers. They can't produce videos of it, but you got Biden on camera saying, clap for that, you stupid bastards. And we're supposed to pretend like, oh, what Trump said is worse. Trump said the same thing. It's like, produce me a video, please. So the Charlottesville, the losers and suckers, the bleach in the arm, I mean, it was desperation at its finest to traffic in those old debunked narratives. You might as well bring up the Jussie Smollett hoax again at that point. And then the disrespect too from Biden at the debate, saying no uniformed servicemen died in Afghanistan. Yes, they did. 13 to be exact. And I couldn't imagine what the family members of those people who died, those troops that died, were thinking as they watched the president of the United States deny the death of one of their family members who died serving their country, a senseless death, not even in combat, just left behind. And this man denied that they died. The disrespect just can't get any worse. I mean, this dude just has to go. I just think it's really funny that now they agree on the left. He has to go. In their mind, they want him to go because they don't think he can win. But in reality, they would want him in there if he could actually make it. Because then you see how malleable he is. You see he's not in control, which is what probably those who want to control him want. Right? Think about the military industrial complex. Look, they're making money hand over fist right now. Ukraine wants him in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And another thing too, and then I'll move on to this debate. The excuses. Oh, but Joe Biden had a cold. Really? That's why he was incoherent and senile? I don't think I've ever felt incoherent, senile, or just like had a double-digit IQ because I was sick or under the weather. Then they said, they said he over prepared for the debate. He over prepared, and that's why he sounded old. That's why he was staring off into space, because he was over prepared at Camp David. Or they said, and then this one's probably the saddest. According to the White House staff, damage control, he's really only competent from the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so we got a president that's competent only 25% of the time, but he's capable for another 4 years in office. I mean, these people are just crazy. I don't know what to make of it, guys, other than now it's funny to see they're saying Biden needs to step down. He needs to step down so somebody else can take over. And my question is who? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Kamala? In my opinion, I don't care. I don't care if he stays in or drops out. It really doesn't matter to me, because as long as nobody from that side of the political aisle is in office, I don't care if he runs. I don't care if it's Kamala. I don't care if it's Gavin Newsom. Doesn't matter. Now, shifting gears just a little bit, it looks like Trump is due for a landslide victory this year. It really does. I mean, if you look at the polls, I know how people feel about polls. The polls did show in 2020 that Biden had a lead on Trump in those swing states. It did. It showed that Biden had a lead. 2016, obviously, it showed Hillary had a lead, and it didn't go her way. Now it's showing Trump has the lead. We know Trump has the lead. We know that. The polls reflect that, but how much stock can we really put into it? Because here's where my pessimism comes in, you guys. I mean, you may call me cynical here, but who's to say we're not going to see more shenanigans? Right? Trump could be leading in all the states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona. Cool, great, fine. But what about who's counting the ballots? Are we going to see the same shenanigans? Are they going to rig it again? I mean, I really don't know. What do you guys think? All I know is we need that man back in office like we need oxygen. And no, I don't see him as like a savior, but I'm like, you know what? The three things that I'm thinking about are the economy, the border, foreign policy. If we get Trump in, I feel like those things will improve. I mean, come on, look at interest rates. I know people that are going to vote for Trump. They're not going to say it. They've told me they're going to vote for Trump. They're not going to say it, though. They're not going to put on a MAGA hat. And that's fine. We don't even need that. What's the point anyway? I wish the conservative movement would actually get past all this and just, who cares? If people like Trump or not, it doesn't even matter. We just need them to have common sense. We need them to remember how the country was just 4 short years ago. And now they have something to compare it to. They need to see through the gaslighting, right? The media's going to try to continue to gaslight. Like, this man is dangerous. We can't let him back. Who knows what'll happen if he has his hands on the nuclear button again? It's like, we already know what will happen because he was already there. You just gotta, we gotta talk to friends and family and wake them up. But from the way things have been going, I feel like a lot of people are awake. It's just, will they vote accordingly? And if they do vote accordingly, will it make a difference? I guess we gotta wait and see. Anyway, that's kind of all I had to say. Let me pull up the comments here. I can't see the chat right now because every time I do one of these live streams, I find out YouTube has changed something and it looks different. Okay. Luciano, what's going on? YouTube again. Remember, guys, give a thumbs up already. Please like the stream. If you didn't join at the beginning, I did say that I plan on doing a lot more live streams between now and the election. So possibly some pre-recorded videos. We'll just see how things go, see how much time I have once the newborn arrives. But I will be able to do regular live streams. And I feel like there'll be a lot more going on at the time, too. Who do we got in here? Mama Ames, long time no see. I forgot about some of you guys. It's been that long. They're going to pull something. They won't let Trump win. That's kind of how I feel. I kind of just feel like my gut tells me it's not just going to be smooth sailing. It's not just going to be like, hey, here we are on election night and we're seeing, oh, Trump just won Pennsylvania. He's just going to carry the state of Georgia. He's going to win all these states. I feel like we're going to see the same exact thing that we saw 4 years ago. Now, they don't have COVID and mail-in ballots to, at least right now, they don't, to kind of solidify that. But we're going to see more censorship. We already know because all this stuff came out, right? About censoring the Hunter Biden story. There's an October surprise. There's a lot of things that we're going to see between now and November that are going to shift the narrative, shift the conversation, and try to shift the momentum, because right now they have no momentum. It really looks bad on them when just 5 minutes ago they were telling you Joe Biden has never looked more intelligent than he looks right now. And then come the debate, now they're like he needs to step down. He's not mentally fit to be president. They flip like that. So they got nothing going for him right now. And if they're pressuring him to step down, but he doesn't step down, well, then what? Now you got to get people back on board. Like, actually, we still need to vote for him because Trump is the greater threat. It's a mess, y'all. What they're trying to do right now, it is an absolute mess. So we'll just see. I just think some false flags are coming. There's going to be something. Flu in the works. The flu's always been here. Irma said, congrats on the new baby girl. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Looking forward to meeting her here in about 40 days. Trump will get to debate whoever they put in. If Biden does step down, because apparently New York Times said he's contemplating it, it really can only be Kamala. The reason why is because of the delegates. The delegates will stay with the administration, so it would have to be Kamala. Same with the donations. All the money that they raised from crazy people that gave him money, mainly corporations and, the donor class. But they can't transfer that to like Gavin Newsom or anybody else. They can transfer it to Kamala. Apparently that's how it works. That's what I found out today. Let it be Kamala. Honestly, I honestly do not care. Literally, guys, I do not care if it's Biden. I don't care if it's Kamala. I don't care if it's Gavin Newsom. I don't care if it's Big Mike. I don't care who it is. As long as Trump gets back in there, it does not matter. But what do you guys think? I've been rambling enough. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Biden steps down? Does it matter if he does step down? If he does step down, who replaces him? Does it matter who replaces him? I want to hear from y'all. Harris is less popular than Biden. Yeah, that's a fact. She's insufferable. She's like the brown Hillary. She's bad. Probably worse than Hillary. Not worse than Hillary in terms of like what she's done, but just a lot more cringe than Hillary. I just saw her recently talking to one of these actors, one of these black actresses. I can't remember her name. But anyway, I saw it on Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum had a video about it, where they're doing like some FaceTime thing, and Kamala's like, yeah, girl, I'm out in these streets. It's the disrespect, it's the pandering, it's the cringe-worthy behavior that's completely unrelatable that just piles on. That's not a good look for Kamala Harris. It never has been when she talks in dialects. But you guys know, we've covered this over the years, how disrespectful they are, and they feel like they have to level with people by talking in their tongue, their dialect, the twang. It's so disrespectful. I don't know whether to laugh at it, cry. It's just, what do you do? Hey Pam, what's going on? Flag wave still going on in Orange City. If I was in Florida, I'd be flag waving for sure. But I'm in, if you didn't join the beginning of the live stream, I just showed a nice little view of the skyline here in St. Paul. I'm living in Minnesota now for family. This is a good spot. Colorado was never going to be a long-term thing for me. The long-term plan is obviously to get back to Florida, but I still got property down there, so always be back in Florida. Minnesota would be perfect if Trump could carry the state. Apparently he's tied and it's a toss-up, so I fully expect him to have a rally up here, and we'll see how that goes. And just so you know, I'm not living in Minneapolis. I couldn't do it. Minnesota does seem scary, but it's not as bad as Colorado. It really isn't. If you notice, Colorado is basically a solidly, reliably, or it's a reliably blue state now. Minnesota, on the other hand, even though it hasn't voted Republican since 1972, is a toss-up state. It's more it's more on the table than Colorado is, which is sad. I mean, it's really sad because I grew up in Colorado and that state was Republican when I was a kid. But, now it's Colorado. They've ruined it. Mike Nipson, are you familiar with MAGA warriors? They wave flags in Pennsylvania like Jeff does in Florida. No, I have not heard of them. I've been outside of the loop as far as, flag waves, who the pop-up patriots are. I don't know. I've been completely out of the loop. So I'm not sure. But I know one thing is for sure. We got to get Trump back in there, man. We do. I pretty much said everything I need to say, guys, for now. I just wanted to do a quick little live stream, update you guys on where things are in my life, and let you know that I will be back in the fold, live streaming on a more regular basis. Probably not until like September, to be honest. That's probably the most realistic time frame. But I'll try to do more consistent live streams, more consistent videos, just to stay in the loop and, try to build the channel back up. We had some momentum. I've lost probably I want to say 10,000 subs in the last couple years just because the channel's been dormant, but I understand. I get it. The shadow ban is still the same as it always was, though. I tell you that much. That's something I've noticed. But I appreciate everybody who has tuned in today. I'm going to be in touch with you guys here. Like I said, very soon in the near future, I'll do some more live streams. But I just had to get in here real quick and talk about how, 5 minutes ago, Biden was like the smartest person on the planet. And now they're acknowledging what we've known for literally half a decade, that he is not fit to run office. He's corrupt, which is another issue, but he's just not mentally capable. He does not have the mental bandwidth necessary to operate at a level that he needs to. The top of the executive branch, the leader of the free world, he is not there. And people pretending that he is there are probably just as crazy as him. And it's funny that the media is now acknowledging that, full-throated, saying, yes, he should step down. And then they expect to have credibility after that. These people are insane. And I'm just sick of them lying. What's up, Frank? But you know what? Another thing about me living in Minnesota, my vote goes a lot further here than it does in Florida. I couldn't have said that 4 years ago or, 6 years ago when I moved to Florida. It was, Florida was very much a toss-up state. In fact, Obama won it in 2016 and 2008, right? So, or was no, I'm sorry, I'm getting everything mixed up. When Trump won Florida, it was still basically a toss-up, but now I feel like Florida's solid red, and I feel like I, helped play a part in that. Minnesota may not go to Trump. It may not. It may stay blue, but there's a chance he could win it, and that's all you need is a chance. If there's a chance he can win it, and if I could have a part in that somehow, then, and not to mention my vote goes further here because it could help flip the state versus, red Florida. Just saying. That's how I'm coping with it. Anyhow, Mike, we miss you on RSBN. Man, I've heard that from thousands of people. I might try to go back. We'll see. I see that Brian's no longer there. I see that I don't know who's on air now. I have no idea who those people are. But yeah, you never know. Stay tuned. Might happen. Anyhow, guys, I gotta run. Gotta beat traffic, get back to the house. But God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you would just give it a thumbs up so that more people could see it. We could try to pierce through these algorithms that I feel like have always kind of suppressed my channel. Even when my channel was growing, like when it was in a growth state, the views were down. I would gain subs, but the views would go down whenever I'd upload a video, and it just didn't make sense. I feel like that's still in place. So the only way we've ever been able to combat it is by you guys sharing the video, liking it, engaging with the content. That's the only way. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. God bless you. I will catch you guys in the next stream.